Hello, Republic of Gamers. Good evening and welcome to ROG Pulse. I said good evening, and it's really only like 3 p.m. here, but, you know, for whatever reason, it feels later because I'm in my retro wave cave, as I call it. Welcome to Pulse, the weekly talk show. We dive into all things tech and gaming, and this week is very much heavy on the gaming side, and we'll be talking a lot about retro gaming on PC, playing some of those classics that you grew up and loved, revisiting them on PC, some of them getting remasters, that one that I'm excited about in particular, and much more.
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. But, you know, this week, as always, Whitson, what is that sound? What was that noise?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
That was okay.
Except the sound of me drinking from my own mug.
Sounded like a weird bug. Chat, you heard that, right? Whitson, what's new? What's new?
Not much,
Only
not
Jake.
Much, Jake. Yeah, just I'm not hearing voices or anything, so everything's normal over here.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Marcel, it's been a while. What is new, my friend? What are you playing nowadays?
Oh man. Well, we're gonna talk about old games, right? We go old school.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a lot of old games actually. I'm trying to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is something that I'm playing. The original
Turtles in
one.
Time?
Yeah. No. Turtles in Time is the second one, right?
Turtles in Time was 4,
Yeah.
actually.
Depends
the
where you
best
come
one,
from.
though.
Yeah,
If we're talking about arcade
Arcade
should be number 2. Yeah. Correct. So number 1.
Wait, we're fixed. We're fixed.
My gosh, Jake.
Okay,
We
yep.
need to like set a reminder to check the echo and the sound every time.
We were a little
we
late
start
today
Pulse.
and like rushing, and this seems to be anyways. Hi guys. Hi. Hopefully
How's it going?
we're crystal clear in here.
Okay, yay.
But rip audio. No, we're good. We're good. Epic
I think-
audio
I think
fail.
you're-
All on me.
Yeah, out this back.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love those old Ninja Turtle games. And there's a lot of interesting legal stuff surrounding these retro games, especially once you get into remasters and stuff like that. We'll get into that a little bit, but yeah, I'm with you. I love all the old Konami games. I'm starting to get into a lot of those, like ones I didn't play when I was a kid. Yeah.
Like what? Say one like.
Well, I was gonna say this for the discussion, but I've started playing Castlevania games for the first time this year. I'd never played them before. So I played and they have almost all of them are available on PC now. And the remasters are excellent. So I played some of the originals. I played Symphony of the Night for the first time, which now is one of my top 5 favorites of all time.
Very good.
Holy moly, that game holds up. And now I'm playing some of the Game Boy Advance ones. Those are available as ports on PC as well. So I'm playing through Aria of Sorrow, and man, all those games are so good. And Konami had some of the best music of the 8-bit era.
Dude, oh my God, hands down. It's like Konami and Capcom like own that space in my opinion.
Capcom would say they are like head to head. Konami and Capcom.
I personally would give the edge to Capcom, especially in like the 32-bit era. I think Capcom is just genius. Like Mega Man X, chef's kiss. It is just such good music.
Yeah, Nintendo also did very good on that time. They are
the
top, fighting for the top, and they did very good
I mean,
music.
extremely
It's
iconic.
amazing.
Like even just like Kirby's Dream Land, like a lot of just some of those games, that music just sticks with you. Random question: does the Zephyrus come with Type-C charging? All of our laptops have Type-C charging nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Every single device we make, Type-C is available.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess I never thought about it.
At least on the RG line. Now, as of
Never thought about it,
2021, all of our devices have Type-C charging.
It's a must-have feature.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to have the big power adapter when you need all that power, but man, when I'm like traveling, having a USB-C battery pack, must have for any laptop or phone or whatever.
Now, will you be able to get full power draw to be able to game on that device with that much energy? Probably not enough to sustain the amount of energy you're using, but it's still a great feature to have, especially if you're just doing productivity with your laptop. It's there. But thanks for the nice little good question to talk about a laptop, because today we're really not focused on our products. Today is really just kind of gaming news, and
there's a little bit of our stuff in here.
There's a little bit.
ROG phone.
Okay.
There's some great retro ports that you can grab.
That's true.
Though.
Including Symphony of the Night, which I was just talking. I didn't play it on mobile. I played it on PlayStation, but it's not available on PC. It's only available on PlayStation and mobile. So if you don't have a PS4 or PS5, grab the mobile port. Put an ROG Kunai on your phone and get going.
I know.
Oh, and you have the old feeling.
I need one. We need to do ROG Phone 5 gaming stream soon. We're definitely gonna
we're working on getting a Kunai for Jake so that he can do like a full ROG phone stream. Yeah.
You don't have it yet?
No.
What a shame.
I can't wait to get it, because I got rid of my Switch. I was like, I don't use this. I just don't really play Nintendo games the way I used to. I knew somebody that was hyped for Pokemon, so I'm like, yo, if you really want to get the new Pokemon game, I'll sell you my Switch. I don't need it. So I don't use it. But the Kunai
ROG phone is going to become my Switch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So that's going to be hype. But let's jump into some of the gaming news this week, because we do have a good, healthy portion of gaming news.
There's a lot of stuff happening this week.
There is. We've got multiple launches, so a lot of people are already grinding Elden Ring, although the official launch date is the 25th. But I guess it's the 25th on the other side of the planet. So
it's the 25th somewhere.
They are in that time zone. So that big launch, extremely anticipated, maybe the most highly anticipated game of the year.
Oh, for sure.
And I can't wait to play it tomorrow. I just got it preloaded on my machine.
Are you a Soulsborne fan, Jake?
I've never played one. So
really,
yeah, it's gonna be
interesting the first time you do it. I'm not a Soulsborne fan, but I got Bloodborne for free with my PS5, and so I tried it out, and I liked it more than I thought I would.
Okay.
I definitely can see why people love these games so much. I don't think I personally have the patience or the skill or the time for them, which is bumming me out, because Elden Ring does look incredible. But man, it's a new experience for sure.
It's funny because I've like specifically planned to make sure that I get in a good workout tomorrow before the stream, because it will help me like really focus and like be patient. If I have too much energy, I'm all over the place and I'm not patient enough, where I'm going to be like just trying to like basically force my way through, and it's not going to work for that kind of game.
Can't do that. So. Mega patience required.
Yeah. So,
Marcel, have you played the Soulsborne games?
Never played it before.
Okay. Yeah. It's something.
Somebody might.
I'm excited to watch you play it.
What do you think
is that a recommendation? Should I spend some money on that?
It's hard. It's especially hard to like spend money on something if you really don't know if you're gonna like it. It is very unique. It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of learning patterns and knowing when to like parry and strike. And I mean, you'll spend 4 days on a boss.
Marcel, you're a fan. You're a fan of old school retro games, where games were much harder, right? You think of like, no, seriously though, a lot of older games.
But I got too much older.
Well,
so everything was.
That's fair.
It was harder. Now it's impossible. Everything that is easy now is hard.
I just don't have the time. I mean, people are talking about putting like 80 some hours into Elden Ring, and I got kids. I got stuff to do. Like I gotta clean my house once in a while.
Once in a while.
I have time.
But you think about like Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, that's a good.
And that's like a really like challenging old school game where like I don't think I ever beat it, kind of thing. And how many games nowadays?
I beat that game, but it was super hard.
Yeah.
Insanely. I can't do it now. Though, if you ask me to do it now, it's impossible for me. But I remember when I was a teenager, I beat it, but it was super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Marcel, do you have a PS5?
No, I don't think I need it. That's the point.
No, I didn't either. I sold mine a couple weeks ago. I was trying to think if you could get one of the other games like on disc to try them out. You could get it cheaply to see if it's like your style, and then dive. It's because otherwise it might be hard to just throw $60 at a game and dive in and be like, I hate this, because it's not for everyone.
It does.
It does happen,
though.
but that's the beauty of Xbox Game Pass. That's why I love Game Pass so much, is because I don't feel like I have to blow money on a game anymore.
That's where I love the Xbox Game Pass. Stadia is in a very hard situation right now. The new games they are bringing, it's really below what they should be, in my opinion, but it's still a very worthy $10 per month with a lot of games you can take advantage of. Let's see how it's going to
play them on anything
later.
I think Game Pass is the clear leader in that space right now.
Now that Game Pass has its cloud gaming available, it's tough to beat.
Yeah.
Now, imagine when Activision Blizzard acquisition really happens for real, and we start to have a lot of the old school games from Blizzard and Activision on the Game Pass.
It'll be a little while, but I'm excited.
I'm gonna quiz you guys. Do you guys know, like, the Blizzard classics when they were Silicon and Synapse? Do you know the games they made before Warcraft?
No, my knowledge only goes back as far as like the original StarCraft.
Come on, I would say StarCraft is like when everything explodes, when they really got worldwide. For real, a game that went everywhere. Everybody was playing. There is like championships. That was like the first peak of their story.
What were they making before that?
Oh, they are doing a lot of. There is a game, Vikings.
Lost Vikings. Yep. Lost Vikings on the SNES.
Sorry for my English pronunciation
it's
on
all,
that.
It's all
the
good.
Portuguese just came up. But like the Lost Vikings is really nice for the time it has been released.
Yeah.
I think there is another one that I like a lot. It was a racing game. So cool, man.
Rock and Roll Racing.
That was amazing.
The name of the game was So Cool, man.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Racing. Yeah, but the game was really nice because the music and the graphics for that time was really good. So it's something we enjoy playing, not only because the playability of the game. There is a racing. I remember very well of this game. It was the cars are like radio controlled cars. So you have so that's the idea. It's quite nice. The idea is quite nice. It's not only cars trying to be real. No, you are playing a very cartoonish radio controlled car. So that's really cool.
And it had a lot of personality. It really did. Anyways, we're just talking about retro gaming today. I thought I'd throw that in, but just kind of diving through some of the other news. Elden Ring, of course, is coming. Destiny Witch Queen launch was just yesterday, and I want to give my brother a shout out because he's been working for Bungie for about a year now, and his name is officially in the credits for the game.
Oh, it's congrats to him!
Yeah, it's he's very happy. He's a hardcore like Bungie fan his whole life, and now working on Destiny 2. Couldn't be happier for him. Game Pass, we were talking about that. Dragon Ball FighterZ Z came out on Game Pass today. So if you're like, liking the fighting games, that's definitely a good one to check out. It's really fun. It really captures the essence of DBZ better than any other Dragon Ball game ever made.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's very fun. And it's it's a versus game, it's a fighting game, but it really is like,
I'm not a big fighting game guy, but I did, again, going back to retro gaming, back in the Super Nintendo days, I did like import Super Butoden 3. Like rip out the little tabs in your SNES so you can play it. So I played some of the old ones, but have not played like Fighter Z. Maybe I will now that it's on Game Pass.
I can't recommend it enough. And as far as fighting games goes, it feels close to Marvel vs. Capcom, but it's actually streamlined a little bit more than the classic fighter. It's a lot easier to get into. So it's less like button string combinations and more like, button plus angle kind of thing equals attack.
Okay. Like a Super Smash kind of thing?
Closer, but still a traditional fighter, but definitely closer to a platform fighter like Smash. Capcom officially had a teaser last week. They revealed that over the weekend or on Monday or Tuesday, and that was Street Fighter 6. They showed us a quick little teaser of Street Fighter 6, which frankly didn't really show us much. A lot of people, the fighting game community in particular, is extremely disappointed. It's not that it's negative news, it's they just want more. Having a full week of build up and then seeing like a new character basically, it's a little like, come on, like you give us all this hype, but like give us anything. So everyone's anxiously awaiting more information as to what is going to be different from Street Fighter 5 to 6.
Any hype regarding Street Fighter is super hard to manage.
Of course. I mean, that's an extremely hungry community because that's what they have, right? The Street Fighter scene is passionate as all hell. The FGC, I mean, I don't play Street Fighter, but I love Street Fighter esports. I love watching Street Fighter. So I'm excited personally for it, just because it means there's going to be a surge of Street Fighter content. The big ask I think everyone has is better netcode for online play, especially with COVID. I think everybody's hoping that they improve their netcode for better matchmaking online. Have you guys followed Steam Next Fest at all? Because I really haven't.
I haven't either.
Okay.
I completely passed this one.
Hi Demon just mentioned in chat, and I had forgotten about this. I meant to put it on the list of stuff. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is free to play this weekend, starting today and going through, I believe, Monday.
Oh man!
You can play Assassin's Creed Valhalla for free for the weekend. So
Where?
That's cool.
Where do you download it?
That's a pretty new game to be able to play
Year
for
old?
free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually never played an Assassin's Creed game either.
Me neither.
Maybe I'll have to try it out. I own 3 of them. I've gotten 3 of them for free over the years from Ubisoft giveaways and stuff. I just have not gotten around to trying them out.
And that's an Uplay launcher to download that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unless there might be some on Game Pass too. I don't know. But yeah, like Ubisoft has given some away on the Uplay launcher over the years for something or other.
Well, I meant to download the free version for the next few days, I assume.
I don't know. I assume so, yes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I assume that's going to be free on Uplay.
Speaking of video game launchers that are dedicated to specific companies, Bethesda has decided to retire their launcher this month.
Yeah.
It's going away. It's being sunset, as they call it. And they're just going to transition to Steam and Game Pass.
So if you own games on the launcher, you'll be able to migrate it over to Steam, I believe.
Yep.
You may still need your account, I think, if you have save games or things like that.
I'm
you
sure.
may still need to log into the game with your Bethesda account. But yeah, hey, that's nice.
Less launchers is better.
To me, best move ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't love using a bunch of different launchers, but I'll tell you guys, we've officially left the age of just Steam everything. Like that's never coming back. And I'll tell you, I use GOG Galaxy to bring all of my games together in one place.
A lot of
and
people do that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
So nice. I love it. It's, sometimes you do have to like kind of re-log into some of your accounts occasionally if you don't use it as often. But yeah, it's so, because I can browse my entire library of every game I own, which is like 500 some games now, not including all of the Game Pass games. And I can see all my Game Pass games in there too. So I have like 1,000 games all in one place instead of having to jump between a bunch of launchers. And you can click play and it'll launch it through whatever launcher you own it.
It's great. Yeah, it's a really good tool.
Nice. Really nice. And we'll talk more about GOG in a little bit. But
yeah. I saw somebody in YouTube chat mention that they just downloaded the Unreal Engine 5 preview, which is now available. Just came available this yesterday, I think.
That's exciting.
And we're starting to hear of studios. Like I just got an email notification from Frost Giant Studios mentioning that they're using Unreal Engine 5 to build their next gen RTS. And if you don't know what Frost Giant Studios is, that's guys that made Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, even StarCraft 2, and they want to basically build a next gen RTS because those are the games they love. And they're using Unreal Engine 5. So it's an incredibly powerful engine. Check it out if you guys haven't seen some of the stuff that engine's going to be able to do.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Some of the live streaming assets with direct storage and stuff like that is just going to be game changing. I think it's going to take a while before we really start to see that be ubiquitous in games.
Of course.
I'm on the edge of my seat waiting.
Yeah. It's big. But yeah, for the most part, I think that more or less covers the gaming news.
It is not a lot of tech news this week. Mostly rumors, stuff like that. Hearsay, nothing to talk about yet. But
the rumors are exciting, but yeah, we're not gonna dive into rumors.
There were some reviews of like the Z13 and stuff out this week. That was kind of cool. I think people are kind of digging the new paradigm, the gaming tablet plus XG Mobile. Here we go. Yeah. Jake's got his. Lucky bastard.
Yeah, first chance he got, he brag about it.
Of course, it's my job to brag about our sweet hardware.
Okay, but if we're talking about like Jake really just pulled a Marcel, like you invented that move, Marcel, because I'll be like on the original Game Boy, and Marcel will just be like,
Yeah.
and hold his up.
Look at the angle on this
So
stand.
you invented that move, my friend.
For drawing, it's such a sharp angle. No other tablets give you that kind of flexibility.
Yeah, I'm crazy about that one. I really considering to, move to my main working machine to be that one.
Really?
Really. I'm considering to do this move,
If I didn't need like 16
pretty
USB
sweet.
ports, I would be all about that as well, because the XG Mobile gives you more, but not enough for
I
what
have
I do.
considered it myself.
Yeah.
It would be, I mean, I really like building computers. Like
Oh,
I'm into
yeah.
it enough as the hobby where if it was just for like utilitarian purposes, I would straight up switch to a flow. But I like tinkering too much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When
we
can
have
we
a-
start talking about the old stuff, please?
I want to
Yeah,
do our
let's do it.
first
Let's
giveaway.
dive into
With
it.
the Z13, I got super depressed because I really want that.
I'm
Can we
sorry.
start talking about the stuff I have here?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. I got to delay it. We got to do the first giveaway first.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
That's
it's too disruptive to like start the conversation and then do a giveaway. So I have an approximation of a timer. We're gonna do it a little bit early. So get
All
ready.
right. You snooze, you lose.
Yep. That's what I always say about our timers. They're an approximation. It could be earlier, it could be later.
Just like our stream schedule.
Yeah,
When
we might
say
be
we're
3
gonna
minutes
start
late.
At noon, it really means 12:05.
That's usually lately, at least. Hey, but whenever I'm alone, I start on time. What's up with that?
Could it be that you don't have to wrangle multiple camera inputs?
Yeah. And we always start rambling
All this
about
nonsense.
other secrets
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Not necessarily
Maybe the
secrets,
the best message we should give to everyone is 2:05. Stay ready.
Yeah.
Just be ready.
I'm gonna try.
I mean,
You did.
which now I'm just gonna wear over my headphones like this.
Oh, that's incredible. You should keep wearing like this forever.
Is that an
So unique.
What is that? An Eevee? What am I looking at? Type exclamation mark
That
play.
looks like Mewtwo.
Maybe it's definitely not Mewtwo.
Eevee.
If you
Do
guys,
you even Pokemon, Jake?
okay, you think that looks like a Mewtwo?
Oh no. Okay, from the back it doesn't. But the colors, like from the front, I couldn't tell that
Okay.
it wasn't bipedal. So it looked bipedal and it was white and purple. So
What was it?
my mind went to
Espeon is
Mewtwo.
the white one. Maybe it's Espeon. All right, with a little bow in its hair.
It's definitely a bunny.
It's not a
it's like a
bunny.
bunny
Bunnies
cat.
don't have tails
Look how
like
big
that.
its ear. But look how big its ears are. This is not a real creature.
That's why I referenced a Pokemon.
It looks like it
Pokemon
has
aren't
Yeah.
real, Whitson. Are you trying to tell me Pokemon are real?
Don't ruin my dream, Jake.
Guys,
They're
if you
real.
if you want to
They're
take
real.
part in the giveaway, you need to type exclamation mark play in Twitch chat. This only works with Twitch. So if you're watching on YouTube, head over to twitch.tv/AsusROG, just ASUSROG, and you can enter by typing exclamation mark play. We'll give you another 10 or 15 seconds or so to join.
Okay, speaking of
Gosh.
Pokemon though, and retro games, I haven't played a Pokemon since the original Red and Blue. If I wanted to play a Pokemon game today, from any era, what's the one to play?
I'm the wrong person to ask that. I'm not a big Pokemon fan.
So
I'm not either, but if I wanted to,
here's my
Well,
take on it.
Jake, I think you know a lot, right?
Jake does know.
Well, so
Jake
I
knows
I
some.
played a lot of the early ones, and basically Pokemon games are all the same. And there's some people in chat that are going to be mad about that, but fundamentally they copy the exact same formula in every game. They add new
it works, it
Pokemon.
works.
They add new Pokemon to the regions. They sometimes have other quirks, like some of the newer ones have like the Gigantamax or Gigamax or whatever it's called, where your Pokemon becomes giant. I hate that. I don't like the weird quirks like that personally. But I personally really liked the first two the best. I liked the original one, and I liked Gold and Silver. I thought Ruby.
So I know they sort of remade the originals. I think it was Skull of the Sunless is talking about this in chat. Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby, were those the ones where they like kind of remade the originals for Game Boy Advance? Sort of.
And
like
they remade like all of them. There was Gold and Silver, then there's Heart Gold and Heart Silver or something, right? There's Ruby and Sapphire.
There's also Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yes, they redid that.
Maybe those were the original remakes.
Yep, those are the original remakes. So I think those are all great. I personally didn't play Black and White. And Sword and Shield, I did not like. I didn't like the new elements they added to the game. I thought it was bleh. The new one, I hate that I just sold my Switch because it looks great. It really, it looked. I thought it looked.
That was a twist of a sentence there.
I know. I was so disappointed when I first saw the graphics and stuff, but I've watched a lot of gameplay footage and stuff of the game, and it does look sincerely very good. And I can't wait to play it on a Steam Deck when Nintendo finally decides that PC is the platform where they should be.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen right after Pokemon become real.
Wait, Pokemon not real? Marbles race.
We're going.
Is going. Yep.
Race marbles.
But yeah,
this is amazing. So those are everyone who signed to join this crazy marble
have
race.
You not been
this
on
is super
cool. Doing marbles?
No, I think this is super cool though.
Yeah, this is how we do giveaways now. Whoever wins.
That's super cool.
It's super fun, and it gets really like suspenseful and intense.
Oh man, we had some great ones on the stream earlier this week. We were giving away copies of Monster Hunter Rise yesterday. And the course that we got twice actually was so fun. Like it was like
we should do some, we should do voiceover on that. We should do reactions on that. Like
Jake
I'm
does.
here narration on that.
Well, Jake does.
I used to be a professional commentator. I get more into it sometimes than others, but today we're just kind of watching.
No, but come on, who's in the first place?
We got in the front POMC 117 leading the charge down. He's got these steps in front of him.
He's way ahead.
He's like, yeah, he's really just everyone's in his dust.
But sometimes Marcel, like he'll fly off the stage, and all of a sudden it's anybody's game again. Like anything
you can die.
Happen.
Some courses have higher death rates than other.
Cool.
All right, here comes the cannon. POMC 117 launches in.
Oh!
That's
leading
a black hole. Where's he going? Where's he going?
God.
Where are we going?
He's still there. We're good.
Okay,
we're good.
He's in the void.
Oh my God, he's in the void? He's coming back.
He's coming back. He's not dead.
Come on, this guy was number one.
He is still number one.
No, they're still ahead.
Still number one with all this involved. Oh my God, look at the others are approaching.
Asian Venom in number 2 position right now. POMC. Oh, he's gonna collide with this barrier, but he's through.
That's all you pay.
I don't think POMC can lose here. I think this is smooth sailing.
I don't think you can
Look
lose.
at that, Umbreon. I think these are definitely Pokemon. It's Espeon and Umbreon. 100%. 100%. That's Umbreon. No doubt in my mind.
We're sitting here debating about what Pokemon it is, and we weren't even close.
Espeon and Umbreon. 100%. I will put money on it.
Oh my God, the lead is so huge. There's no way to lose it.
I have not seen a lead that
GG.
That was like no contest.
No contest.
He had that in the bag.
Oh my God.
Really early.
The others are so close.
Yeah, they're all really
usually
close.
Usually it's a little bit closer than that.
Okay, POMC 117. Type in chat to claim your win. $20 Games Planet voucher to us.gamesplanet.com. We will send you a message via Twitch private messages soon.
Someday.
Usually day after, sometimes week
Usually
after.
next day. We're like Amazon Prime.
Actually, tomorrow I probably we'll see.
Tomorrow Jake's going to be stretching for Elden Ring. He's got to mentally prepare himself.
Not stretching. I got to do like a thick weightlifting session to get ready to slay whatever the creatures are in Elden Ring, which I just want to
creative.
One of the reviews I read about Elden Ring was it feels more Ghibli than Martin, it being George R.R. Martin, and that actually got me super excited.
But it's like realistic, like scary Ghibli. It's like if Ghibli and Martin had a baby and created a video game. That's
that's weird.
That's an image.
I'm having very weird thoughts in my mind right now.
Good thing we can change the subject.
Beautiful.
What is your favorite retro game of all time?
Ooh, Marcel, go for it.
Oh yeah, let's discuss a lot to say Super Mario World.
Well, okay, that's my answer too. What's your second favorite retro game? Because Super Mario World is just objectively the best game ever made, I think. And
Yeah, maybe
Jake's making a face.
number 2 may be Super Mario 3.
I think I mean we could, this is definitely a debate. I think that the 64-bit era was far more explosive to me than the 32-bit era. So I'd say that Mario 64 is far more impactful in the gaming sphere than Super Mario.
So I think you're right. There was actually a friend of mine had a tweet the other day that was like, you have to take one Mario game away from the timeline out of Mario, Donkey Kong, Mario 1, Super Mario World, and 64. Which one do you take from the timeline without messing it up, without like ruining history? And as much as Super Mario World is my favorite game of all time, I think it's the one that you could remove without too much damage to the timeline. 64 was revolutionary. It's not my favorite by a large stretch, but it was revolutionary in a way that very few other games were.
Yeah, but actually, when you start thinking about what they did from Mario to Mario, I would say the first Mario is really impressive by the date, what they did. Then the Super Mario 3 is really impressive because it's let's say, is a real new Mario from the scratch.
Agreed.
Super Mario 3, you have a map you never had before. You have different lands you never had before. Even knowing that Miyamoto and his team, he made a trip to the Disney World, and they get inspired by the Tomorrowland, the Magic Kingdom, with the different areas to create different lands on the map. And the map itself, they get inspired by the trip they did to the Disney World to create the Mario 3. So I would say Mario 3 set like a roadmap for what the next Marios should look like in structure.
I agree.
But Super Mario Nintendo 64, Mario Nintendo 64 is a totally different approach. How to do Mario in 3D arena. That was really, really revolutionary in terms of, I have a platform game that has to go to 3D without being a platform game, but has the same feeling of a platform game on 2D.
Yeah.
And if you look at a lot of the other games from the Nintendo 64 era, a lot of those games don't hold up anymore. And so somehow Nintendo, on their first crack at it, nailed it.
And there's
that's even more impressive.
So I think it also gave us our first real experience of like exploring a world, like truly exploring a world for hidden things and Easter eggs. I remember getting on top of the castle for the first time was like, my mind was blown. The endless staircase that you just can't climb up. Even just the act of jumping through the paintings, all of those things were like so magical, and it felt, I mean, obviously that trope of like the isekai, almost like in Japan, has always been like a prominent like narrative. Isekai is like a magical world, so like portal to a different world. You think of like Sword Art Online as one of the big ones, but it did a lot of things. Really, I mean, it stuck with me more than maybe any game I ever played. I don't know, just the experience of playing that game.
There's one game that I love on the Mario. Since we're talking about Mario, and I'm a huge fan, the Mario Odyssey is really cool. You know, and the Mario Galaxy, and Mario Galaxy is amazing.
I just started playing Mario Galaxy for the first time.
Mario Galaxy is amazing. It is amazing. Everything changed in terms of mechanics, and the soundtrack is really not what we are used to see on Mario, but really, really good the way they did. So it's a kind of game. There's their own mechanics, their own way of doing. Sometimes you question yourself if you are playing Mario, but at the same time you feel it's a new Mario. So it's really interesting how the Galaxy plays so fine along the others, and it's cool because the full experimentation, you know, how to explore this 3D world to the next level.
Yeah, I agree. And they've done a good job of kind of iterating as they go. Marcel, are you an original hardware guy, or do you sometimes play these games on PC? Like, which do you prefer if given the choice? Okay, there you go. See, I knew he was going to pull out some system.
Orange GameCubes are quite rare. They're
in
quite
general,
rare. Of the colors, like most GameCubes were orange or were black.
I know.
The initial ones were purple. The second batch was black. Orange ones are very rare.
Very rare.
never seen
You have actually only Japan. This one is Japanese. And the problem with the GameCube, like you have like two versions, two main versions, I would say. There are many. This version is the one with the two outputs, the digital and an analog. And it's for a purpose because now you can buy this, which is a small device to get HDMI from it on 480p, which is great. But we have to talk about mobile gaming, right? And this guy.
Oh my gosh.
The classic Game Gear.
Not only one, but two.
Oh, man.
And I'll explain why. That's very technical. Let me deep dive on technicalities here. Number one, they are broken. They're broken because they're broken, but the kind of defect they have, it's well known. The capacitors are dead. So the way you diagnose them, you can see the screen is not working properly. There's no sound. So this is the capacitors. So I bought them to repair them and make them brand new again. So that's the idea. And I don't know if you're aware, but there's two kinds of Game Gears. There's one with two chips. You see the two chips here?
Yeah.
And there is the other one with one chip only.
What's
Check
the difference?
this. Only one big chip here.
Oh, I see. So which one's the latter model?
The newest one is one chip.
Okay.
Because they integrate the components in just one chip. And the oldest one are the two chips. My idea is I'm going to replace this screen because this is plastic and the new ones are pretty much like glass we can find in the market right now. There's a lot of retro modes like me that love to get something like this and improve the screen, change the rubbers on the buttons so they become like snappy again, and do many other different stuff like change the capacitors and so on. And one of them will be transparent white. I bought the case already, and I will do the full transformation on that, and it will be amazing. And the other one I will try to keep the most I can on the black, but I will replace the screen. I will replace a lot of stuff just to make it work as original again, as most original again, but really good working.
So,
and in the end, I hope they become like this.
That's so baller.
Are we all just picturing that Marcel like is literally just sitting in a pile of
Game Gears,
like just machines, just like consoles around him everywhere?
The batteries only last about 5 minutes, so you got to be able to switch between Game Gears really quickly. If you,
I only ever used it plugged in. My grandpa had one, and I used it hardwired all the time.
Let me show this to you guys because
so cool.
This one is from a company called Retro 6. They are in UK, and they provide the parts so you can repair if you want, or you can buy the repaired one or upgraded one, because this has a lot of upgrades. So the first thing is this screen here has way more brightness and consume less power. So that's the first
modern panel
to have in consideration.
Got a long way, yeah.
Second thing you have to have in mind, those guys, they put here two different cards. One card is for low power consumption. The other card is a new sound card. So the sound is way better on this one. And you see here, there are no batteries. Like these are lithium-ion cells batteries, polymer batteries, which is super good. They are rechargeable. And here is the Type-C rechargeable port for Game Gear.
There you go.
This guy is really amazing. And with those two, one of them I will make like transparent white, just like that. And the other one I will try to keep it the most original possible, but working. But let's say you don't have money for that, because this is very expensive. This is about 300-ish more. It's very, very expensive. It's not an easy hobby though.
No.
But I bought those two for 150, both of them.
So
150. They're broken, but
yeah,
the capacitors are cheap. I can repair.
If you don't have the time or the money or the desire to spend all this money to recapture any of these ancient, no, you don't buy this. You use your PC, Marcel. You use your PC.
Yeah.
The real value play.
For sure, you use your PC.
So it is funny that you pointed to a few things that are really interesting though. So like the sound chip, is a great example of one of the reasons I love some of the PC remasters coming out right now. So I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm playing through Aria of Sorrow right now, which was a Game Boy Advance game. I don't know if you guys remember.
That's a Castlevania, right?
Yeah, it's Castlevania. Yeah. I don't know if you remember audio on the Game Boy Advance, but it was fuzzy and just sounded awful. And it wasn't just the speaker on the Game Boy Advance. Like if you were to emulate those games, they would have the same fuzzy sound. Yeah. But the port of Aria of Sorrow on the PC, they have the Castlevania Classic Collection, and there's a Castlevania Advanced Collection. You can grab both of them on Steam for like $20. They come with a bunch of different Castlevania games. And the audio, you could switch between the original fuzzy audio and the high-res audio, and it sounds incredible. And so this is one of the reasons that I do like original hardware, but I don't generally play on it, because if a port is good, it improves on the original game in ways that are really, really nice. Sometimes it's just, I mean, a good port, hopefully it has like good graphic settings and you don't get some of the weird pixel shimmering and stuff that you would if it had the wrong aspect ratio. Those little kinds of improvements, I love.
Yes, you're right. So because even here on the GameCube, even using the Prism, the retro beat Prism, this guy, you may suffer problems of some games not being compatible with the widescreen. There's always this, all those small things that happen that will somehow kill your way of playing. The feeling is not good. This will happen all the time. If you have a port for a PC, for a new console, whatever,
or
mobile, man, the experience would be amazing. That's something really cool about having the ROG phone. I'm glad you guys have it finally.
Finally,
have you guys played the Sonic the Hedgehog mobile games from Christian Whitehead?
Yes, they're very
amazing.
They are this guy basically rebuilt Sonic CD in his own engine for like widescreen support, HD support, added like the spin dash to it, because I don't think that existed in the original Sonics. The
songs are so good. Songs are so good.
That is an example of like a mobile remaster remake done, executed perfectly, just incredibly well. And eventually it got him his own game. I just finished Sonic Mania last night. Also incredible. Whoa. It's so good. So good.
That's
Holy moly. But yeah, we've got Final Fantasy games on mobile. Another one that's always kind of interested me that I've never gone and played, but I've always been curious about, were the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Editions. And I know some people like them and some people don't, but that's an example of a game where they didn't just port it over, maybe improve the graphics, but there were a lot of they kind of changed the menu and UI and tried to add some quality of life improvements, because some of these games are hard to get used to. The controls are different than what we're used to today. Have you ever tried to go back and play GoldenEye with one stick?
Dude. Oh.
It's impossible.
Oh.
So I like when they do the quality of life improvements, or the Halo Chief Master Collection.
So
not exactly but another great example.
Not only quality of life, but you think about how unergonomic the old controllers were. You think about trying to use an N64 controller. Why does it have 3 handles, right? I mean, we did, but the joystick, those things wear out hardcore. It's an old style joystick where the rubber bands, they get loose and you literally need to go in and recoil it. Yeah. And the wear and tear on those controllers, I mean, they require a ton of maintenance to maintain. So
the new sticks they manufacture are not the same as the originals.
They're so much better.
It's very hard to find an N64 controller that's really the same. But so, I mean, I do have behind me, I don't know if you can see, some old, some USB retro controllers, and I do use those for a lot of my PC ports. They're cheap. But it's it's a good one. It's kind of based off the Super Nintendo controller. It's comfortable. It gives you that retro feel.
8-bit do?
No.
Do or do? What's the right pronunciation?
I still don't know. But those are supposed to be very good. I've never used them. No, these are wired.
I have them.
Yeah, they're good.
They are amazing. They're amazing.
They're good.
There was a question, or so we just kind of shifting things up
and
here.
By the way, just to make clear, I use the 8-bit DOE on ROG Phone 5 and it works.
Oh, really? Awesome.
It's amazing.
Bluetooth?
It's amazing. I use Bluetooth, but you can use also connected by the cable if you wish. Okay. But I use Bluetooth most of the time, and it works so good. Yeah, they work
really on everything. They work on the Switch, for crying out loud, don't they?
And you know what? It's one of the few controllers you can do the firmware update. You connect on
Oh,
your
really?
PC and you do firmware updates. Yeah,
That's
you also can
nice.
remap with the software on the PC. They are amazing.
Well, that's another, controller remapping is important. And that's a thing that I kind of ran into. Like, these controllers don't always work with every game. Sometimes a game will recognize them as a 360 controller and the buttons won't be mapped properly. So having the ability to remap buttons within the game, or failing that within Steam, is something you kind of need to fiddle with sometimes.
I would say they're the best right now, because every controller, you can boot up the controller with different mappings for different systems. They have preset up different systems. If you're gonna play with Switch, you turn it on pressing X. If you're gonna play with PC, turn it on pressing Y, and so on and so forward. And then it comes with that pre-configuration of the best way to play on that device.
You're really making me want to upgrade, because these are not 8-bit DOE, to be clear. These are just kind of like a cheap wired controller, but the 8-bit DOE ones, I didn't realize they had all of those features. Now I want them.
SF30, that's the one to buy. That's the model, SF30.
Okay.
All right.
You heard it
You're
here.
gonna make me go buy stuff.
I'm gonna do some. Somebody asked earlier what our favorite retro fighting game is, and I want to do some rapid fire questions on favorite specific genres of games. So, favorite retro fighting game. Let's start with that.
Power Stone.
Power Dreamcast. Okay.
Yep, I went there.
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug. Does that qualify as a fighting game?
I was gonna say, I didn't even know Metal Slug was a fighting game.
So fighting game.
Fighting
I'm
game,
sorry.
yeah.
So okay. Wow.
2D
Virtual
fighters.
Fighter. Virtual Fighter.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite 2D fighter.
You don't have a favorite 2D?
My favorite.
My favorite
game.
2D would be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But if that's too new, then I'd go with 1. I love it.
I didn't really play a lot of 2D fighters.
We're gonna talk about retro gaming and 2D fighting, and we're gonna discuss a lot to say, Street Fighter 2.
Okay. Street Fighter 2 is godlike.
I mean,
Turbo's so good too, though. There's a lot of good ones.
I was gonna say
Zero,
like 6
Alpha.
Street Fighter 2 is like it's like Blade Runner. Like, which one?
Yeah. Okay. RPG. Favorite retro.
Secret of Mana.
You guys aren't going to guess mine. You're not going to guess it.
Chrono Cross?
No, actually. That's number 2 for me. That is number 2. I'm excited for the remaster. I can say that.
I don't know. Can I just throw out Final Fantasy, a random number, and
no,
maybe
no.
Like
pick yours. Right? You're not going to guess mine. I'm telling you, you're not.
I don't know. Yours. What is it?
Pick yours first, and then I'll go last.
Oh, I don't know. So it's funny. I really loved RPGs when I was a kid, but I don't really anymore. I don't love like the retro turn-based RPGs.
What was the most impactful one to you as a kid?
Super Mario RPG. Blew my mind when I was a kid. Blew my freaking mind.
I didn't like it. Anyways, Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah. If you've never played it,
I guess that eventually.
Loved that game as a kid.
I know that game, but I never played it.
Loved it.
That was Dreamcast too, wasn't it?
Yep. Dreamcast is my favorite console ever made, in fact.
It's a great console.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay, favorite action side-scroller game? We'll call it Metroidvania.
No, so
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night.
So I go back to the Metal Slug, just I mentioned.
Metal Slug? Yeah, there you go. That counts. That counts.
Although the Contra games are also really getting me lately.
I got to go with Mega Man X for me. Mega Man X.
Yeah, Mega Man X is a good one, though.
Yeah. That's
never played.
Good one. Actually,
never
Mega Man
played
3.
it. What?
I had Mega Man 5 for the NES. That's the only Mega Man game I ever really played.
Man, Mega Man X is so good. Like,
it's
so
really
good.
It's supposed to be incredible. Now, is that okay? Do they make that for PC?
Oh,
I remember Capcom was doing some PC ports but I don't remember which of their stuff.
I know they have some Mega Man, a lot of Mega Man actually on the mobile phones. A lot. You can find
maybe that's
everywhere.
what I was. Mega Man X Legacy Collection on Steam, $20.
Perfect.
Dude, I'm about to buy this, and I will say for anyone that, if you want to like get these games, almost always we see really good sales on retro games during like the Steam summer sale and stuff like the winter sale. We usually see really good sales on these games, like 50% off, sometimes more. So I'm actually just gonna wait, and I'm gonna pick it up next time. Now,
there you go.
Just
So
put it on the wish
Mega
list.
Man X 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's
so
brilliant. That's the dream.
Mega Man 3. Mega Man 2 is really good. Best soundtrack ever. Mega Man 3 very close to it in terms of soundtrack. A lot of new stuff appears on Mega Man 3 that will be repeated until Mega Man X. Then everything got new again.
Marcel, to someone in chat was asking, the SF30 or the SN30 was the 8-bit Duo controller you're recommending?
Both models are the same actually, because one is color based on the Super Famicom. That's why the other one it's color based on the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah, okay. Even though I had the purple Super Nintendo, I kind of like the Super Famicom look.
I love the Super Famicom.
I like the rainbow buttons.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. All right. Favorite 3D platformer?
You're just asking me about genres that I don't.
What?
3D platform. I never categorize like that though.
Wait, can I make people mad and say Doom Eternal?
Hey, I'll count it. It's not retro though.
Hey, you make me think now.
I think it qualifies as a platformer.
Yeah.
It's got more platforming than
people mad on like multiple levels.
If that's true, so 3D Nukem, it's mine.
Nukem 3D.
Nukem 3D, that's amazing game.
I'm not sure what my favorite 3D platformer would be.
Banjo-Kazooie is mine. I love Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I just don't think I really played that many of them.
Okay.
Particularly from like the 64 generation. I'm trying to think of like, I haven't played that many recently either. I know that like Ratchet and Clank was supposed to be really good, and Psychonauts 2 is supposed to be really good. I just didn't really I don't really have any. I mean, Mario's 64. All the 3D Mario games are good.
Honestly,
you know
iconic,
what? I really liked Super Mario 3D Land. I just played that recently.
Really good, by the way.
Really good. Haven't played 3D World yet, but looking to.
It's also very good. But if you play like the one that is available on Switch right now, the Deluxe.
Oh yeah, I don't have Switch, but I have
that's the best.
Wii
That's
U.
the best they made so far, considering the old standards that appear on Super Mario 3.
Right. Okay.
All right. Favorite sports game on the original generation? Like, and if I'm gonna go with.
Oh,
okay, that's easy. Lakers versus Celtics on the original Genesis.
Was that with Larry Bird?
Wait,
you shoot the hoops, right?
Yeah.
Celtics. You can play as Larry. Yeah, dude. My grandma just had an NES at her house. Like when we were like growing up, like in middle school, we used to sit at her house in the morning waiting for the bus. And that was one of the few games that she had. Yeah, my cousin like was a huge basketball nerd, so I used to play that a lot with him actually. Great game.
Never heard
Great
of
game.
This. Lakers versus Celtics and the NBA playoffs for Sega Genesis. That's extremely
specific. That's the first one.
Marcel.
No, that's the first one with amazing graphics that appear on the 16-bit platform.
Oh my gosh.
That changed the game in favor of Genesis, the sport games. You know, there's a huge story about sport games on Genesis, right? And Electronic Arts. I guess the after that or before that, I don't remember, but it's very close, the time frame. There is the NFL John Madden. That was amazing because John Madden was a sport commentator, narrator, right?
Yeah.
So
Madden being one of the most iconic.
The game, it's the first game you have narrated, in a cartridge, in a 16-bit. So even the cartridge that time has to be bigger because they have to add more chips on that, more memory.
But, the amount of like voice lines that they had in that game was pretty iconic for the time. But I loved NFL Blitz myself. That was kind of my game growing up. But maybe
you did love the 64.
I did love Blitz. I mean, you think about NBA Jam, that was really good. I like the ones
Hang Time.
Hang Time. There was a game though. I want to see if Marcel can remember the name of it. It was a baseball game on the NES. Where I want to say like maybe half of the characters were robots.
Like, oh my God, I know this game.
Does anybody know the name of this game? It's like driving me nuts right now.
I know this game. I played this game.
I played it a lot as a kid, but I haven't thought about it until today in like a long time.
Ah, my God, that would be hard to remember. I can guess Cyberball or something.
Darkness Mudda says that was a Neo Geo game.
I mean, it was definitely on the NES too.
Base Wars?
What? Base Wars?
Base Wars.
Super.
A robot sport game.
Was it actually Super Baseball 2020? That actually sounds accurate to me.
No, these are robots. Although they're all robots. But they're like robots with like tanks for legs. And stuff.
some of them are like half. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Super Baseball 2020. That's what I was thinking of. Super Baseball 2020 for the SNES.
That was
Oh,
super
okay.
cool.
So it must have been a follow-up to this game. Maybe. That's weird. Super Baseball 2020. I think my favorite sports game would have to be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Wow,
the
that's
soundtrack in that game.
I have dumped as many hours into that game as a middle schooler as I dumped into Skyrim as an adult. Like, it's crazy. And I just got the remasters. They're super fun.
Cool. You know, it making me remind right now. I remember of a game on the NES called Skate or Die.
Skate or Die. Yep.
I've heard of that.
Remember that game? Yep. Like the music was amazing, the graphics are really cool, but there is this kind of punk attitude on the game. Make a lot of people worry about. I think it's one of the first games that started this conversation about, is that game a game that kids should play?
I mean, it was good.
So I feel like we should talk before, now that we're already at an hour in. One thing I do want to get to, like, kind of before we end, is where do you find a lot of these old games? And obviously you can get a lot of these great new remasters on Steam and Games Planet and things like that. And obviously there's GOG, which has they basically have made an entire store based off of old classic PC games or console games and making them work on modern systems, which is fascinating. And the legal issues surrounding getting some of these games to the platform is so interesting. There's a documentary on YouTube from NoClip about GOG preserving games past, present, and future, something like that. Go watch it. It's like the best hour you'll spend learning about retro games. Seriously, if you take nothing else away from this, go watch that. NoClip is incredible. One of my favorite YouTube channels. But two things that are really cool about some of these classic games is, one, a lot of them are available for free now. If you want to go play the original Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall, you can get those free from Bethesda. The original Command & Conquer Red Alert, I think, is freeware now. Sega's Nights into Dreams, I think you can get for free if you give them your email address. StarCraft is free. For a while, I don't know if they're still doing this, but for a while, you could send in a picture of your discs and your CD key for Warhammer Dawn of War, Warhammer 40,000, and they would give you a Steam key to own it on Steam rather than just as a disc. GOG is getting a bunch of classic games away for free. Has been doing it throughout the pandemic. You can just go to their it's called like their stay-at-home list or something. PC Mag has a good list of running list of free PC games at any given time. You can see them in there. The other cool thing is that some of these old engines are open source for one reason or another. Like the original SimCity, that game was open sourced as part of the One Laptop Per Child project, and you can go download that. It's called Micropolis, and it's basically the original SimCity for free. You can there are a ton of source ports, they call it source ports of Doom, the original Doom, that add modern controls or different graphics or all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you can, if you buy Doom on Steam or whatever, you can just import the paid levels into this free source port of the engine. And it's awesome. There are source ports of Descent, of the Jedi Knight games. That is a really, really cool way to experience some of these older games with more modern, updated controls or graphic options or quality of life improvements. Source ports. Look it up. It's awesome. Those are the things that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of games out there. A lot of them are free or cheap, and you can really get your retro game on. And if you still haven't been able to get your hands on a graphics card, what better thing to play than the old games you didn't get to play as a kid?
So you said StarCraft, the original StarCraft is free on GOG?
I believe it's free from battle.net.
Interesting. I think the original one was
the original was free. Yeah. You can buy the remaster or whatever it is, StarCraft remaster. But I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong in chat, I believe the original StarCraft you can just play for free from the battle.net launcher.
The very original, right?
Yeah, the very original. And with
it does say StarCraft
expansion pack.
Play for free. And then StarCraft Remaster $14.99. I'm looking at Battle right now. Interesting. I didn't know that. I'm actually a little surprised because I had been looking at Battle.net and the retro. They have a retro game collection, so it's Blackthorn, Lost Vikings, and Rock and Roll Racing. That's all their retro games. That's not free. That costs $20. You can buy them as a bundle for $20. But that's cool. That
maybe
StarCraft
Blizzard is looking at their stable of games like you are, and they're like, StarCraft isn't retro enough.
They all
Retro
will be
collection
on
is
Game
paid.
Pass. They all will be in Game Pass.
You're right.
It
You're
could
right.
be a year or more until that comes, though.
It could be a while. It will be a while, I would imagine. But
It's gonna take a while for that whole merger to go through.
it's true. It's true.
I'm just trying to make you save some money, boy.
I mean, dude, I'm
Hold
all
on. Hold
over
your horses.
I'm all over it. I'm starting Hades this week. Actually, I'm going
Ooh.
to play Forgotten City, and then I'm going to play Hades, both
Hades
of which
is
are on
so
Game Pass.
good.
I know. I knew that would excite you, Jake.
Type !play in Twitch chat to join the giveaway for a chance to win a $20 voucher to GameSplendid.com. The fastest marble gets $20 towards maybe some sweet retro games on GameSplendid, another place where you can buy a lot of retro games.
Yeah, good stuff. So this isn't quite retro, but just the other day I marathoned the entire game in one day. I played Spec Ops: The Line. Have you guys played that?
No, I never played that.
Holy moly. That's a great game. 10 years old, still holds up incredibly well. Gut-wrenching. I don't want to give anything away. It looks like kind of a Call of Duty Battlefield ripoff. It becomes something much more than that.
Interesting. Okay.
It's extremely intriguing. If you play it on PC, there's like I tweeted about it. You got to like fix some of there's some weird like mouse acceleration issues. So the aiming is a little weird. If you go into a config file and edit it, you can get it acting more normally, but it is an excellent, excellent game. It's like 5-hour campaign. Well worth it if you like story-driven games that just punch you right in the emotional gut.
Sounds like
That's
my
all.
jam.
That's all I'll say.
That's a review.
Yeah, and again, 10 years old. So even if you're rocking like a GTX 760, like Jake's
My
friends
friend,
over here,
780. Give him some credit.
780, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's rough, but a lot of gamers are out there.
I know.
Fighting.
But we've never lived it.
People can join, right? Just to let you know, like some people are in YouTube, but people can join on Twitch, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Just type
this is not on
!play in
YouTube.
Twitch. Yeah, it doesn't work on YouTube,
Yes.
unfortunately. It only works on Twitch.
Because some people is doing on YouTube, guys. You have to go to
Guys,
Twitch.
if you're watching YouTube, come over to Twitch. The
Twitch.tv
water's fine.
/ASUS ROG. I'll even type it in YouTube chat. I wish we could make it work with both, but it only works with Twitch. The struggles.
Alas, the struggles.
And we've got.
Give me a minute. Don't. Oh,
Yeah,
you started
we'll
already.
give him a minute.
Give a minute because there's some Brazilian guys asking.
Cool. Yeah. That's fine.
Portuguese, yeah.
But yeah, there's
Funciona no Twitch, galera. Só funciona no Twitch. Okay, I said it. That's it.
there's no Pokemon in this course. Very sad.
Well, then what's even the point?
What's even the point? Start over.
Yeah, not worth it.
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one. Doesn't have a whole lot of like crazy twists like some of them do, but it'll be good. It'll be good, I hope. But yeah, I don't know. Retro gaming on your ROG Phone 5, one of the great tools for that. Obviously, a lot of people are very excited.
Of retro games come to mobile even before they come to PC,
Which
it's
is
pretty crazy.
Very
It's
interesting.
such a natural fit because they'll work on like
It's-
most phones.
Yeah, it's not that hard to port if you think about it.
Mhm.
Unless you
few
decide
few
to rewrite the
controllers.
entirety of Sonic CD in your own engine, then it's a little bit
Well,
hard to port.
There's
Yeah, that's a different story.
A lot of those games are just being emulated, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But
they're
to be
just
honest, Sega, a lot of Sega CD titles, they appear first on mobile. Especially Sonic CD was the first one that you could buy on Android store, the Play Store,
right.
and download and play. Because I have it until today, the first time it appears.
I know.
It's a game that I love so much.
I know people
It's a good game.
don't want to hear this, but mobile is the bigger platform for gaming.
It is.
It is the
Well,
bigger platform, and
it is. It's true.
by a lot actually, especially globally.
With Candy Crush or without, is still the largest platform for gaming.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, it's been interesting to watch. It's unfortunate that a lot of the mobile ports that came to mobile early on are no longer around. Like there were some really great mobile ports when like the iPhone first came out and stuff. There were like SimCity ports and there was like, Doom and Wolfenstein ports that I think they brought back since. But A lot of those games disappeared, especially when Apple switched over to 64-bit and never came back. But we've seen a lot of stuff come up. I mean, Square Enix has been doing a ton of mobile ports. The Grand Theft Auto games, like I played San Andreas on an iPad. Like that was how I experienced that game, and it was awesome. KOTOR, I played Knights of the Old Republic. I didn't finish it. I played part of Knights of the Old Republic on an iPad. Whoa. And now I'm waiting for the remake.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this.
I can't wait either, dude. I'm just so excited.
I'm like, I think my most anticipated games are that remake and the Blizzard survival game. Those are the games I'm most hyped for that are on the horizon. Maybe Diablo 4. I'm a Blizzard fanboy. What can I say? Can we go now? Can we go?
Yeah.
Do we give enough time? Okay. All right, we're gonna do it. Let it rip. Good luck. Have fun. One marble. First place will be going home with a $20 voucher to gamesplanet.com. Well, I say going home. You're probably already home, unless you're at work slacking off watching the stream. If you are, good on you. Good on you.
Paglamia, I am not doing it wrong. Playing those games on an iPad was awesome. I had a Game Vice, so it was like it's kind of like the ROG Kunai, but was for the iPad, and it was.
I remember that.
It was sweet, but it was a little big.
You know, that's very interesting story about it. I'll take this time to talk about. It's very curious. If I'm not wrong, the Game Vice was the first one to develop this look and feel of two controllers around devices, right? And in the first ROG phone, the very first one we did, we partnered with them.
Oh, really?
It wasn't Kunai's, was a Game Vice
I didn't know
device. That. Yeah. But then when we moved to the ROG Phone 2, they couldn't fit because the screen was way larger.
Right.
Then I think we went back to the Game Vice and say, hey, let's do another one, right? And they say, oh, unfortunately, we are shutting down the doors of our company. And then it got public, if I'm not wrong, that they sued Nintendo on the Joy-Cons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have a patent on that, and then they lost it, and Nintendo sued them, and then they broke.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, that's
Fat Docs.
incredibly unfortunate.
Congratulations, Fat Docs.
I never liked the phone ones weren't as good as the iPad one, so it's nice to have. Now that I have the ROG phone, it's got this nice big screen. I'm really excited to get a Kunai, and especially because being able to, I used to stream games from my PC to my iPad and I played Shadow of Mordor in bed on an iPad, streamed from my PC locally, and it was awesome. Totally playable. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to stream Game Pass games to my phone with a Kunai or stream using Steam Link or something like that. What a cool way to play games. This is the future.
The future is here.
Yeah. Although now that I have my own TV, I don't need to do that as much. That was more necessary when I had to fight my wife for the TV.
Oh my God.
We only had TV in the house to play video games. I was like, all right, fine. I'll play it on my iPad. You can watch TV on the TV. Now I got my own TV here in my office, and that's less necessary, which is also why I haven't been as interested in the Steam Deck.
Yeah, now you have a life.
Well, yeah. No, I have less of a life because I can play video games way more often. And not just hang out with my wife. So...
Fat Docs, congratulations on the $20 voucher. GG's on the win. But Marcel, I'm glad you finally got to experience marbles. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. Love it.
You do it every stream.
Gotta copy that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a Steam game. You just marbles on stream. It integrates with Twitch, whatever Twitch channel you link to it. It pulls people that type ! play in chat, and then they're automatically joining in for the giveaways. Or you can just do it for fun too. I sometimes we do Grand Prix where it's a bunch of races and you earn points. I like to do that for larger giveaways because it's, I don't know. I have a lot of fun with marbles. Right? There's some crazy courses out there, that's for sure.
There are.
Well, guys, good talk today. Retro gaming, making me even more excited about my Chrono Cross remake that's coming to Steam.
Is it coming to Steam officially?
Yeah.
It's not just Switch? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
It's on every platform.
Do we know when it's coming?
I forgot if we did.
Maybe in between the time you're waiting, you should play Chrono Trigger. There is a PC version.
I know.
I've actually never played it all the way through, and I have watched
I've
attempted to watch a summary of the plot, and I've been like, oh my gosh, this is too much. I don't think I can handle this.
I like the gamer. I like having certain games that are such classics and such staples that I can just say, never played that game. It gives people like such rage. Like, how dare you not play Chrono Trigger? Like, and to clarify, I actually never played it, but I watched my older brother play most of it. So
okay, well that's
but I still get to say I've never played it, which makes people mad, which makes me laugh. So I like infuriating the gamers out there, right? It's fun. It amuses me greatly.
Maybe you got Elden Ring tomorrow, so we'll see if you even still have like your own sanity left by the time Chrono Cross comes out. I think you'll just be a shell of a man.
I don't know. I'm really ready for this challenge, but we'll see. We'll see. I actually played Monster Hunter Rise. We did some game key giveaways for Monster Hunter Rise on Tuesday, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up my Xbox controller and I'm gonna play this game with a controller because that's how the game was designed to be played, right?
It's a good controller.
I could not figure. It just didn't make sense to me. I was so bad with a controller, and as soon as I swapped over to mouse and keyboard, I was like, "Oh, this game is awesome!" Like I had so much fun on mouse and keyboard. So Elden Ring,
right.
I'm gonna have to test it out in the morning. I'm gonna have to see if I can. I'm just bad with controllers, I guess now. I'm just an old man that can use mouse and keyboard.
Anything where you're swinging a sword, I would rather play with a controller.
That's what I thought with Monster Hunter, right? But
Mirror's Edge, I never figured out those controls. I should go back and try to play it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, okay, that's actually another great example of a game that I bought a digital version that did not activate on Steam or anything else. I just had like a key on Amazon and had to download it manually. For years, I tried to get it to activate on like Steam. Was never compatible. This week, 2 days ago, I activated it on Origin. So guys, if you have old CD keys lying around that you still have as physical discs, pop them into like Steam or whatever company now owns that studio, and you might be surprised at what you can convert to a digital license.
That's a good tip.
I ordered that was like 10 years ago that I bought that game, and I just enabled it on Origin 2 days ago. Like, it still works.
X-Ray mentions that in God of War, I actually did the same thing. I was playing on controller, which I had played through the whole game on PS5, and I was like, oh, this will just come right back. I swapped to mouse and keyboard and preferred it. I just felt like
I had to remap those controls the first time I played it. The controls are tough.
Yeah, I did.
And you do have to aim in that game. It's not just like fighting with a sword. If you throw, you have to throw the axe for a lot of puzzles and a lot of bosses.
And the mouse is just so much better for that.
Like a lot better.
It makes you feel OP for any ranged attack. I actually did a ranged attack build when I was playing on PC.
I really want to play Horizon Zero Dawn with a controller, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to hack it. I'm going to have to mouse and keyboard it probably.
Yeah. I need to play that one. I started that one on console as well. All right, guys. Well, that is going to conclude our stream for today. Marcel, thanks for joining. As always, we'll be back with my first ever Souls-like gaming experience tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, as I play Elden Ring. Hopefully, I don't make a total fool out of myself, but we'll see how it goes. Till next time, GG's, and take care.